Well, good morning. Good morning from Southeast Tennessee. We're doing all right. It's 28 degrees. We've got all the chores to finish up. House is warm. Everything's going good so far. But be ready for Tuesday and Wednesday because now we're gonna be way below zero. How fun. All right, so we are headed up to the barn. We've got a turkey that's out that I want to get in. He's on the outside of the big plastic tarp. We put that tarp out yesterday and it seemed to be working great. But good morning, hope you're safe and hope you're warm. The big storm is just now hitting here in East Tennessee. We are just going to push through it. I'm not really worried about, freezing temperatures and snow. We've done all this stuff before, but what we're worried about is when it gets below zero. I mean, that's tough, especially if you're not used to it. So we're going to check on everybody, get everybody fed, and we will keep you updated. So let's get in there. Everybody wants their warm bubba. Did you hear them all cry? They want their warm bottle. Kiki, sister. What are you doing? Did you tell everybody you slept in the garage with Gingy? Did you, Fritzy? Yeah. What do you think about this snow? Huh? What do you think, buddy? What do you think? Say hi, Venus. Say hello, everybody. I'm such a big girl with my go-go boots. Where you going? Look at this baby, y'all. Mwah. Yeah. You okay? Yeah? Good. James is telling me that sister is playing in the snow. So here's the deal. So the storm is hitting today. It's kind of started late yesterday, Sunday, but now we're Monday the 15th. And it's really hitting late this morning into the morning, which is where, I don't even know what time it is, but anyway. Everybody is doing great. We're around 27 degrees right now. So, I mean, it's chilly up here. It's cool, but you can see that everything is fully functional, even below freezing. It just depends upon how cold it gets. Most of you already know this, so I don't have to tell you any of that. I do want to share this with you, however. So we have an opening at the front of the barn and the back of the barn. If you've watched my videos, you know that. We would like to, if we get some more siding done, we've decided we want to see if we can add sliding doors onto the outside of the barn, both sides. James thinks that it can be done, so we'll look at that probably maybe in the spring or something like that, because it is a major game changer, just this right here. So this tarp, I just want to show you. So I told you I was headed back to Harbor Freight to get more tarps, because a lot of the bigger tarps we've used, and a lot of the smaller tarps were just way too small for this. So we bought the thicker, more insulated tarp. I think it was $39.99. James, what's the size of this tarp? Is it a 12 by 16? He thinks it's a 12 by 16. So you just have to do your measurements. This was the closest we could get with what they had to the size that we needed for the opening of the barn. So we just drilled in some holes. James put in some hooks. He did a great job. And we just hung this up. And then look down here. We're so redneck. Look, we've got rocks down here because, hey, we're Rocky Top. And it is night and day difference in this barn. Even with the front open, having this closed off, even James said yesterday, he was like, it's just that quick of a change. Our old barn had doors on the front and the back, so we knew this, but it's nice to know that they're more insulated. Fritz, are you getting a snack up here too? Not down here, up here. So Fritz and Ginger, like I said before, did I say it before? I think I did. Fritz and Ginger both slept in the garage last night together on their bed. Sister, no way. But I did check up top, way up there, and the dog bed looked like that it had been slept in. So I think she did sleep in it. She's roaming around, playing in the snow. So the weather right now, like I said, this is so manageable. I mean, you know, the snow is not an issue. Animals can adjust pretty easy. What I'm always worried about is when we get down to like single digits, you know, low teens and single digits and below. It starts getting difficult to compete with that. Everybody should know that. We're going to be -2 day after tomorrow, so we are going below zero. Hopefully it won't be for long, but I mean, once you're close to zero, even if it bounces up to 5 degrees, I'll take what I can get, but it's still cold. Okay, so the plan is I'm going to go back to the house. I have some more things I'm going to show you. I'm going to check my chickens. James and Gabriel did all the chicken work this morning for me. So I was able to cook pancakes and make a roast and do some laundry and more things around the house. James said the silkies wouldn't come out. I'm sure they're not. So what I'm going to do is let the snow continue to fall like it is. We're supposed to have continual snowfall all day. Later this afternoon, I'm going to go put more straw down. I'm going to let this all fall, and then hopefully with me putting the straw on top with less snowfall, it won't get weighted down as much. So I'll at least check that. If I have to take it earlier, so what, big deal. We'll just go do it, right? But this afternoon, I will start bedding down again with more straw. I will give the rabbits more hay. We will change waters out because the temperature is not going to get any higher. And we'll just work with it. If you have eggs in your chicken coop, I'm going to go check for that right now. Once you get below freezing and you especially start dropping, you have to check your eggs often. They will freeze very quickly. I already have a soft shell egg over on the other side. One of my younger, not poults, but turkey hens, well, probably a younger turkey hen is laying because I have some from last year. That wouldn't surprise me, but at the same time, obviously we have a huge weather change. That can bring stress to a turkey or any animal for that matter. That's why it's important to have lots of bedding, fresh feed, and just keep rotating, doing the best that you can. But soft shell eggs are either usually from a new layer. The egg is really small, so that's what I think it is. But stress can do the same thing. So always be aware of your environment with your girls. All of them, okay? Soft shell eggs are not abnormal. They do happen, but it's something to keep an eye on because you may have a stressed bird or, like I said, just a new layer. So I'm going to be taking down to the house. Come on, Fritzy. Fritzy's coming with me. I'm taking food for Miss Blanche and her babies. Once they got into the garage, they just settled down. It was almost like she said, thank you. I mean, you really could feel it. They know when you're taking care of them. I've got a bunch of milk today. Miss Salt did a wonderful job. I think I've got more than a quart. That's a lot for her right now. A lot of milk. So the food and the milk's walking with me, and Anoli is begging to play. Cochise isn't wanting to go out. He's like, girl, I got my straw bed. You go watch them goats. Come on, let's go. So, as you can see, So, I always open with so, or now. I know, y'all are like, so, the snow's coming down really hard for us right now. We are actually predicted now to get up to 8 inches of snow. That doesn't sound like a lot for y'all, maybe depending on where you're at. One lady told me yesterday, she was like, 20 degrees, we're negative 56. And I think she said Montana. And I said back to her, I said, ma'am, that's why I live in Tennessee. So right now what we're doing, like I said, is gonna hunker down for a couple of hours, check on everybody, and it'll be an early afternoon check on everything. That's just what you have to do. We'll probably do that around 3 o'clock, and then I'll come back up after dark just to make sure everybody's taken care of and settled in. So underneath here, you can see, this is where our hand pump is. And we've got the well turned off, okay? We are running our city water right now on purpose so that we don't have an issue down at the mailbox area with the exploding again all the way to the road. So we're running that. I don't like it, but that's what we're doing to keep from an incident happening. Underneath here, I'm not gonna lift it. Well, maybe I can. I really don't want to. Let's see real quick. Let me move the snow. Okay, I know I need gloves on, y'all. If you can see real quick, can you see that? We have a seed mat underneath here plugged in right on top of the surface pipes that go to the barn. This is something that we decided to do yesterday just to keep it warm and insulated, just enough to not freeze. So hopefully that's gonna work. Now, if electricity goes off, we're gonna have a different situation. We're very well aware. But for now, this seems to be working, so we're gonna keep our fingers crossed on this. But seed mats are waterproof, low heat, and they work really, really well for a lot of different things, your brooders, your seeds. So we decided to put this right here, right on top, put a tub on it, and we've got it, what we feel and we hope is insulated. You can buy little doodads at Home Depot. We bought some, but it's not the right size according to James. You'll have to ask him about that. So I said, well, you know what I think might work? What about a seed mat? And he looked at it, he said, that will be perfect. So this is what we've got going on. What we're doing to help ourselves, mainly just to get through the super cold temperatures. The snow is no issue, but we just are trying to keep pipes from rupturing any which way that we can. Looky there, buddy. So right underneath is the porch is a bed with a heated mat. It is plugged in. Let me check it. Fritz slept in the garage last night, so that's what I'm going to try to get him to do every evening. We're just going to swoop him up and put him in there with Ginger. But I do have this. Oh, that's cozy. Nice and cozy. I bought this back in the summertime. And, oh, Fritz. I think he's pretty excited about all this. You loving this weather, buddy? You're a sweet boy.
Okay, so this is the water pipe heat cable made by Frost King. I picked it up at Home Depot, but I've never used one before, and so I thought I needed a really long one because I thought the cord would be long so it would reach the plug-in on the side of the house, and then the part that heats up would be short. Well, I had that backwards, so I actually have 12 feet of heat cable, and I only have about 2.5 feet of pipe, so this one is too long. I have to take it back. They make a much shorter one, and I will get it. So I made an error when I picked the length. So just be aware that the length on the box is the actual length of the heat cable, not the length of the cord that you plug into the outlet.
So that's why we used a seed mat instead. And it appears to be working. We're going to check it here again in a little bit, but so far so good. Our fingers are crossed. All right, all the chickens look great. No issues. Grab 2 eggs. Probably won't get a whole bunch of eggs in the next couple of days. I mean, if it's 0 degrees, would you be squatting and plopping an egg? I wouldn't. I'd be conserving every bit of energy that I have to stay warm. So I'm going to bring some corn down to them. And then this afternoon, if this is let up, then I'm going to put out some more straw. I am going to put out some more straw. I'm just trying to time it right. So it's time to take the eggs in, warm up, and get a nice lunch going. Guys, I hope you're doing well. We will keep you posted on everything. Like I said, 25, 30 degrees, 8 inches of snow, you know, you work through it. I'm more concerned about 0 degrees and below. That's where you start having a lot of problems. So be running those faucets in your house. Run every single one of them. My lips are numb again. Make sure you're doing all the things to keep that water flowing, guys, okay? You don't want to have to pay for that because it can cost you, depending on what it is and where it is, it could cost you into the thousands of dollars. Ask us how we know. So that was last year. This is this year. Fortunately, we didn't have to pay that. We have friends in low and high places, so they help us out. But I'm just saying that was the original quote. All right, guys, stay safe out there. If you haven't been hit by this yet, honey, it's coming your way. Be ready. Activate beast mode. We'll see you on the next video. Stay warm and well. God bless and Godspeed.